And what a night we have again. The Battle of the Cats here in Kentville. Bill McLean with you on Bella Line Community One, your leader in local sport webcasting in Atlantic Canada. Our continuing coverage of the NSSBL. And, of course, this weekend we're off to Sydney. The Sooners hosting the Halifax Pelham Canadians in a 2-game set. And we'll be there for both games, Friday night at 7 and Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock from Susan McEachran Memorial Park in Sydney. Can't wait to get down there for that weekend set. But right now we're here again on a beautiful night here in the Valley. And good crowd tonight as we get ready for baseball. From Memorial Park, Cody Schreider is on the mound for the Wildcats. Not much action so far for Schreider. 1 game, 3 innings pitched. Has a strikeout. Has allowed 2 hits. And no runs earned. But Cody getting the start tonight for the Wildcats. So the longest outing coming up of the season for Cody. And he'll get started here with the Bearcats. Let's play baseball. Pull up a chair and join us all night. And we're live and interactive as well. Community1sports@gmail.com and B. McLean Sports on Twitter. I will talk to you throughout the webcast. Drew Democus is our producer. Isabel Germain is our camera girl. Let's go. Cody Schreider is on the mound, and Darson Murphy, the second baseman, will bat first for Truro. Adam Lombard to follow, and Scott Bailey in the 3 spot. Should anybody reach, we'll see Guy Pellerin. So here's Murphy. 27 at-bats this year for Murphy. He's batting .333 with 3 RBIs. And he'll take a pitch high for ball 1. And of course, special thanks to everybody here at Memorial Park, Jeff Lockhart and the crew for helping us get set up. We are in a perfect location here at Memorial. 1-1. The first strike of the game for Schreider. Murphy, the longtime Bearcat, a second baseman, and strike 2. So 1-2 count coming up here for Cody Schreider. As mentioned, we had this game coming to us with our coverage. We've webcasted in fog and cold weather and rain and wind. Our first 4 games on the season have been tough. Last game, we got rained out after 4 innings. But tonight, it is picture-perfect summer baseball weather. 2-2. A little bouncing ball down to third base. And no problem, Darson Murphy goes 5-3 for the first out. So a nice job down there by Ansara. And there's your first out of the game. Here's Adam Lombard. He's the right fielder. Lombard, the left-handed hitter. From the windup. And a first pitch strike here for Cody Schreider. Crowd settling in. Lombard doesn't go around. And no appeal down to first base either. Here's your 1-1 count. Low and inside. 2-1 coming up on Adam Lombard. Scott Bailey to follow. And again, Guy Pellerin, should anybody reach. High and outside, a 3-1 pitch coming up here. Your first hitter's count of the game for Adam Lombard. Right down the middle of the plate. Go to a full count. Schreider working quickly. Here's your full count pitch. Off the top of the bat, and that'll get to the stance. You can see those long-time bleachers over there behind home plate. They've been there for a long time, but most people that come out here to Kentville, or the park, they'll bring their lawn chair and sit up on the grass. Here's your 3-2. Just off the plate. That was close. Schreider wanted it, but Lombard will take the walk and put him at first base with one out here in the top of the first. Bearcats and Wildcats from Memorial. Again, make sure you reach out to us on the Twitter and the email. Live and interactive. So Lombard at first. Here's Scott Bailey. Bailey got the late start. Actually, this is Jeff Chisholm, so they weren't sure if Chisholm was going to make it on time. They came over and told us that Scott Bailey was going to come in for Chisholm. But Chisholm got here just in time. So there is just Jeff Chisholm batting third. Chisholm the center fielder. And a little throw over here to first. Sneaky on that throw over was Schreider, but diving in safely is Lombard. From the stretch, and popped over the backstop and over the lawn chairs and into the parking lot here. Bearcats threatening in the early going. A little throw over again. They're being very close. We're paying close attention there to the speedy Lombard. Bearcats and Wildcats are at the bottom of the standings right now. The Bearcats 2-5 and Kentville 1-4. A pitch just off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Chisholm. Of course, the Wildcats coming off that outstanding season last year made it all the way to the finals. And looked like they had it won. They were up 6 runs in Game 6, leading 3-2. But the historic comeback by the Sydney Sooners. And then the Sooners went on to win in Game 7. So a Wildcats team that were 2 innings away from a NSSBL championship last year. Lombard, a decent lead off of first. Schreider thought about throwing over, but kind of lost his footing there on the mound, and he'll try to straighten things out. Here's the 2-2. Low and inside, so we'll go to a full count. A good eye there by Chisholm. Another full count. Schreider's had to do some work here in the first inning. Some deep counts. Lombard goes, and that's knocked into center field, right in front of the center fielder. And Bearcats will have runners at second and first. Getting a late start on that was Jason Pleasant-Sampson. Fell about 10 feet in front of him, and that's a solid knock for Jeff Chisholm. So give Chisholm a hit, put runners at second and first. The Bearcats in business here in the first inning. Here's Guy Pellerin. Guy, the longtime Bearcat as well. Usually in the batting leaders in the NSSBL. A slow start this year for Guy. And strike 1. So the Bearcats in business. Runners at second and first, and their cleanup hitter in the form of Guy Pellerin. Our second time seeing the Bearcats, we had them at Mainland Common against the Canadians, and the Canadians won that game decisively. Our first time seeing the Wildcats. So through 5 games, we've seen all 5 teams in the circuit. Decent lead for Lombard at second. Being watched there by the shortstop. That's hit through the hole on the right side. Sits in the grass, and Adam Lombard will score standing up. So an RBI single for Guy Pellerine. And moving to third on the play is Jeff Chisholm. So put Chisholm at third base, Pellerine at first, and score Adam Lombard, give an RBI to Guy Pellerine. Now Sheldon Ryan, the big third baseman. They're holding Pellerine there at first base. Mike Lockhart on the bag. First pitch strike. Outfield to the left side here for Big Ryan. And another strike. So a good start here for Schreider as he tries to get out of this relatively unscathed. Only one run so far. And an 0-2 count here. Just off the plate. Ryan thought about it, but holds back. Now 1-2. Lockhart continues to hold Pellerine at first base. And a high swinging strike there. Sheldon Ryan swings under it. The high gas from Schreider and a much-needed strikeout. The second out of the inning. And now Schreider 1 out away from getting out of this thing. Nick Best, the catcher, the number 5 hitter. RBI chance with Chisholm down at third base. First pitch over the backstop. So Schreider, the last 2 batters anyways, doing a good job of getting out in front. But right now a walk to Lombard and back-to-back singles by Chisholm and Pellerine. And a 1-0 lead for the Bearcats. Pellerine, no threat to steal, but now he'll take second. And coming home, getting late there was Schreider. That's scooted away there from the catcher. And Schreider was a little late getting to home plate. And Chisholm takes full advantage. He'll score standing up. And the throw came to Schreider, but he was about 5 feet in front of home plate and couldn't apply the tag. So a bit of a mental gaffe there by Cody. Pellerine moves to second. 2 outs. That's off the end of the bat. Schreider 1 strike away from getting out of this thing. 2 runs across for Truro. Just off the plate with the fastball. The visiting Bearcats. Cash 2 and looking for one more with a knock here. That's just inside and above the belt. So the count goes full. 2 outs. Pellerine down at second. Here's Cody Schreider. Comes set. And another high strike for Cody. He'll finish off Nick Best. So 2 strikeouts in a row for Cody with the high gas getting Sheldon Ryan and Nick Best swinging. But in between that, a pass ball. And Cody a little late covering the plate. And Chisholm came home to score the second run. 2 hits and 1 left on base for the Bearcats. Wildcats coming up. You're on Community 1, the NSSBL. We'll be back here in a few seconds with your bottom of the first inning. All right, friends, welcome back to the ballpark. We're here at Kentville Memorial on Bell Alliant Community 1, your leader in local sports webcasting, our continuing coverage of the Nova Scotia Senior Baseball League. And here is Devin Bootlier, the shortstop, leading things off for the Wildcats. Wildcats have work to do. 2 runs given up in the first inning. And John Chapman on the mound for the Bearcats as a high pop fly. No problem for Guy Pellerine. So a pop out for Bootlier to Pellerine. To start the first inning. Here's Curtis Falls, the right fielder. Curtis batting .333 this year. 3 hits for Curtis. And 11 at-bats. A low strike just under the knees. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and a second pitch and 1 strike here. Good job so far for Chapman. And another strike. 0-2, a good start for John. Last time we saw Chapman with the Bearcats at Mainland Common, he was the catcher. Here's your 0-2 pitch. A violent delivery from Chapman, very active. High leg kick. And moving quickly. Both pitchers trying to move quickly. That pitch just offside or off the inside part of the plate. Here's your 1-2, or 2-2, sorry. And there's strike 3 called on the outside corner. So a called strikeout for Curtis Falls. And 2 up and 2 quickly down for John Chapman. Here's Mike Lockhart, the big first baseman. 19 at-bats this year for Mike. He's batting .368 for 7 hits, 4 runs scored. Just off the outside of the plate, a 1-0 count here coming up on Big Mike. Again off the outside, so 2-0. Down to shortstop. And a nice play there. So 3 up, 3 down. Wildcats go in straight outs here. That was Tobin down there at shortstop, making that play on Lockhart. So 6-3 goes Lockhart. No hits, none left on base. We're through 1 inning, and the Bearcats will try to get back to work. Friends, remember, you're watching the NSSBL on Bell Alliant Community 1, and make sure you join us this weekend again. We're going to be in Sydney on Friday night at 7 o'clock. And again in Sydney at 1 o'clock on Saturday, the Halifax Pelham Canadians and the Sooners.